It was a quiet Sunday morning, the kind where sunlight filters softly through the curtains, and everything feels unusually calm. My wife and I were having breakfast, talking about nothing in particular. The smell of fresh coffee filled the air, and I could see her scrolling through her phone, occasionally chuckling. I asked her what was so funny, and she smirked before saying, "You know, I was just thinking about my ex. He used to be so dramatic." I paused, mid-sip of my coffee, unsure how to respond. The comment was meant as a joke. She always teased about her past, but something in her tone felt slightly different this time. She leaned back, grinning, waiting for my reaction. "Oh, really?" I said calmly, pretending not to be affected, though a tiny knot formed in my stomach. She laughed lightly and added, "Yeah, like he would freak out over the tiniest things. Remembering him makes me feel lucky, you know?" Her eyes twinkled, clearly expecting me to say something witty. But I stayed quiet, giving her the silence she didn't anticipate. She nudged me playfully, saying, "You're not going to say anything? Come on, react!" That's when I realized this was my moment to respond. Not with anger, not with sarcasm, but with honesty so direct it couldn't be ignored. I put down my cup and looked her in the eyes. "You know," I began slowly, "it's funny you mention him because while you were laughing at the past, I was thinking about the future. Our future. And honestly, I realized I wouldn't want anyone else but you. Not even your past can compete with what we have now." My voice was calm, but it carried weight. Her laughter faded, replaced by a moment of surprise. She blinked, clearly unprepared for a reply that didn't escalate into jealousy or teasing. I continued, "Joking about him is fine, but remember, I'm not someone who compares or competes. I know what I have, and I don't need to measure it against anyone else." The room went quiet. The only sound was the soft hum of the coffee machine in the background. She looked down, fiddling with her phone, and I could see the hint of a blush spreading across her cheeks. The joke she had thought would amuse me had, instead, made her realize how serious I could be. After a few moments, she looked up and smiled softly, almost sheepishly. "Wow, I didn't expect that," she admitted. "I guess I forgot that some jokes don't land the way we think they do." I reached across the table and took her hand gently. "Some jokes are harmless," I said, "but some moments call for honesty. And I'd rather choose honesty over pretending or teasing. You're the one I trust, and nothing from the past changes that." She nodded, her smile growing warmer, and I could see relief and affection in her eyes. We finished breakfast in silence, but it was a comfortable silence this time, one filled with understanding. That morning, a simple joke turned into a reminder of how strong our bond had become. And as I watched her sip her coffee, I realized that sometimes a well-timed reply can say more than 1,000 jokes ever could.